How you guys all doing tonight? Hero of None here on 11/23/2018, and we're going to be talking ESO for the Mundus Minute tonight. For news, just starting out with, not too much with the patch tonight here. Unfortunately, we only had small bug fixes to Murkmire, fixed a bug with losing furniture, and also fixed an issue with oil not going through grace inside PvP. Outside of that, we have a few little new items coming up for events. Currently, the Clockwork City event is still going on, and it goes on through November 26th. That is Monday at 10 a.m. After which, you're going to have to wait for the next event, which is going to be the Undaunted celebration on the 29th through the 5th. So you're not going to have too much time to wait, but you better get yourself into Clockwork City. Get that done now if you have access to it. When Undaunted celebration starts there on the 29th, you just have to queue in for random dungeons and you're going to get the prizes, which are kind of good prizes because it can include houses, furniture items, and other rare to find items. The t-shirt contest is over and the results are up on ElderScrollsOnline.com. There is currently Black Friday sales now until the 27th. Which is Tuesday, and it includes deals in the Crown Store and includes Somerset and Elder Scrolls Online. So if you have a friend that doesn't have it, or if you've been on the fence about buying it, now's a good time to get it. But there's no deals in Crowns currently, unfortunately. So you guys still have to pay full price for that right now. And finally, Twitch drops are on Thursday till Sunday. Currently, so go ahead, tune into Twitch, make sure your account's linked, and you're gonna have a chance to get crates out of that. So that's the current news. Let's go take a look at the Luxury Merchant, Golden Merchant, and what's in the Crown Store on sale this week. All right, so on the Luxury Merchant tonight, you have more Clockwork stuff, which is fitting because we currently have the Clockwork event going on. So you have the Clockwork Gear Display Bell Jar, Clockwork Gear Display Tall Jar, Clockwork Globe Stand, kind of interesting, Clockwork Orrery Compact, which is actually a pretty big item, which is kind of nice. And the Orrery Intricate. Now, the bells and jars, I don't really like myself. It has just a bunch of gears inside of it. But for 2,500 and 3,000, it's not a bad deal. Globe for 4,000, I'd say it's a little bit expensive. The Orrery and the Compact and Intricate, I think the 20,000 one is a really good deal for what it is and given the size, especially if you like that type of clockwork look. The Intricate one is complicated for 100K. I don't know if it would be good or bad, but if you're into it, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's a large piece. It's kind of striking in the way it is. So if you want to get it, you can get it. But if you want to save some money, probably go for the 20K model. Now, inside of the Golden Merchant today, for the 150K, you have Locket of Pariah, which is health, resistance, physical and spell resistance, and you increase your physical and spell resistance by 11,000 based on your missing health. This may seem good to some people for tanking, but honestly, it's not that great. Most people will tell you that a tank should already have their max physical and spell resistance before they start losing health. If you're losing health that much and you need to have something to guard you, you're probably better off going with Vampirism and having Undeath, which will reduce a percentage amount rather than just simply giving a flat resistance amount. I know some people that have sworn by it, but honestly, I would pass this up. In addition to that, you can also get this inside of... it's a DLC, one of the first ones, Rothgar. So you can go in Rothgar, get the Pariah set from doing daily quests out there as it is. So don't necessarily have to go and buy the gold version here. Next up is the Weird Tree. Magic recovery, spell damage, magic recovery, and when using magic ability, you remove 5 negative effects from yourself. This effect can occur every 15 seconds. For non-Templar magic builds, this is probably a pretty good set. I don't think you have to necessarily get the gold set. You can get this out of Bankurai. No, not Bankurai. Yes, Bankurai. I don't know why. It says Wood Elf down here, but this is a Bankurai set. Or not Bankurai. Glenumbra? Glenumbra set. Yes, Glenumbra. One of the first starting areas of the DC zones there. And you can get this pretty easy here, and it doesn't really improve the 5-piece bonus on this. But don't get me wrong, though. The 5-piece bonus on this is actually pretty overpowered, especially for something like a Magicka DK, which doesn't have any way to remove negative effects. Every time you're doing a whip, you can be removing negative effects placed on top of you. Yes, it does have a cooldown, but still, 5 negative effects every 15 seconds is pretty good. And only 150k for this. I probably say you could probably get this and not be disappointed. For 250k, you can get the Essence Thief, stamina, weapon damage, and when you deal damage with light attack, you have 50% chance to draw essence from an enemy. Collecting the essence will heal you for 4,000. Restores 4,000 stamina, and increases your damage down by 12 seconds for 10 seconds. Not great, unfortunately. We've debated if this could actually be good, but a lot of folks have agreed that running around trying to get all those essences with only a 15% chance, it just doesn't really meet the bar. Yes, you're getting 12% chance increase which is not stacked with like a major force or anything else like that, but still, it's not enough, even for 10 seconds. And then, your health and stamina here is minor at best. So, probably pass up, especially for 250k. I would definitely pass it up here. And then Undaunted Weaver, stamina, and spell critical. Don't get me wrong, not weapon critical, spell critical. And then, when you use an ability to cost stamina, your light attacks do an additional 774 damage, and heavy attacks do an additional 1,161 damage for 10 seconds. That's kind of pitiful on the 5-piece. You get more damage based on scaling stuff that will raise up your weapon damage or spell damage. And in addition, it's kind of bizarre with this, because you're getting stamina here and then getting spell critical here. So, where does it belong, this way or that? This is a light armor set too, so keep that in mind. I would definitely pass this up for 250k. And for 100k, Pirate Skeleton Arms. If you don't have these, you can get these by doing Undaunted questing, opening chests. And this one's a spell critical, spell resistance, and we take health. You take damage, you have 8% chance to transform into a skeleton, give you major protection, and minor defile on yourself, reducing the healing you take, but also reducing damage you take. Interesting set. I see people use it all the time, but this is kind of common to grab. The other one is Slime Craw. Increases your spell critical and weapon critical, and then gains Major Jerk at all times, increasing your damage done by 8%. Actually a pretty good set for certain builds. I would definitely not recommend it from the Undaunted vendor here, because you can get these through regular chests by opening them. Probably save that gold and that AP instead for something that you can't get, like you don't have ESO Plus, you can't do a DLC helm, which you can get from the Undaunted, the Golden Merchant every week. Alright, so that's the Luxury Merchant, that's the Golden Merchant. Let us take a look at what's going on in our Crown Store. Alright, so I'm going to give you some room here because some people are usually in the way here, but bundle details. Let's take a look. For Black Friday especially, you can get a Soot Stallion. So it's a black stallion, basically. Kind of a zebra decoration on it. Experience Scrolls, Fortified Meals, Lesson Packs, Crown Store Gems, and Restoration Staffs. I don't necessarily think this is a bad deal, but I would say most everything that you have here, you can get through Crown Crates, just by gambling your money, or by just simply logging in each day and getting your daily rewards. I have a character full of this stuff on them, simply from the daily rewards. So if you just log in, you can probably get the same stuff. Backspace upgrade. I'd probably recommend getting this only when you're at that last 4 to 5 where it gets really expensive. Otherwise, if you're really low, don't bother with the backspace. Wait. And that's only if you have the crowns to burn. Now, a better deal would probably be the Warden class. Warden class is actually pretty good for PvP in general. And getting 30% off on it when you don't have it, I'd say is a pretty good deal. Would I say 30%? Yeah, definitely a good deal. 1,500. You should have that from just a quick from a pretty cheap deal on that. Dark Shaman. I actually had this on another character, but it's not a bad set. I think it looks pretty cool myself. I have people asking me all the time when I wear it on my other character with this. So this is an interesting set I would recommend. Or costume, I should say. You have the Colossal Eldermary Grotto, which is a kind of a boat house type of area. I think it's pretty cool, and I would recommend it only if you're into boats, though. It is kind of expensive, as you can see, 10K, 500. Expensive. In addition to that, you can get it furnished or non-furnished, but 30% off if you're really looking for it. It's all right. I can never pronounce this right. Hagvid's High Hall, which is above in Craglorn of Rift. I want to say Falkreath. Yeah, Falkreath. So this one here is interesting. It kind of overlooks the town where you have the dungeon, and you actually have to fight your way through. And it goes through a crypt to get into the house. I think it's a really cool house, actually, and I would probably recommend it. In addition to that, as you can see down here, it's 8,400, a full 2,000 less than the Grotto. Falkreath Thane. So if you want to relive your Skyrim days, you can get this one. As you can see, though, it's a bit expensive. It's 1,050 versus Dark Shaman, which is 8,000 or 800, 400 or 40. Nazime, the merchant, basically the purchasable merchant, travel with you. You can get it for 3,500. This is a useful tool that you can actually use anywhere. You can use it inside dungeons, trials, etc. And it helps you sell off items. It does not repair. It does not sell you things, but you can sell things off to it. In addition to that, I should also mention, even though it's all on the list, Tithias, the banker. Here is also on sale for 3,500. This is a useful one as well, where you can drop stuff off into your bag, which you want to keep when your bags are full. So these two, both very useful. Which one I would choose? If you can only buy one, I'd probably say the banker. The merchant, you can always just leave stuff behind or mail it to you if you really need to sell something. The banker kind of makes it easier because you can also store bound items into the banker, whereas the mailing to yourself, you can't mail yourself bound items. So, and if you're wondering what I'm talking about with mailing to yourself, you can send something out to somebody and say bounce, and then they will bounce it back to you, which is kind of like mailing it to yourself, so it sits in your bank for a little bit, or sits in your mailbox for a little bit. Hollowjack crates are on sale, 15 pack for 3,500, which if you're really for Hollowjack stuff, this would probably be a good time to get them. This is an ESO Plus membership deal, though, so you're not going to see this unless you're an ESO Plus member. Queen's Eye Spymaster. So if you wanted to look like Razumdar while he's roaming around inside of Somerset, you can get this. As you can notice, it has the cat ears, and it will show the cat ears even on non-Khajiit. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. And finally, for a house, you have Observatory Prior, another one that's 8,400. This is related to the Clockwork City, and it's a pretty cool house. It has a lot of clockwork stuff in it, and you can get it furnished clockwork style as well, which is pretty cool. So that's coming to the limited offers here. Let's take a look at some of the other things here, just to see if there's anything I missed or wasn't currently listed out there. DLCs are also on sale. As you can see, almost all of them are currently 30% off. So if there's any of these that you really wanted to get, now's a good time to get the collector's deals. Out of the ones I would recommend, Dark Brotherhood is definitely one I would recommend for most folks. It's a pretty good DLC. I liked it myself, so you can enjoy that. Dragonborns is okay. Guilds of Glory Mega Pack, unfortunately, is not on sale. They kind of want you to buy each one individually. Imperial City is pretty good for your PvPers. Even though it has a lot of PvE to it, it does give you 2 dungeons. It gives you a PvP zone and gives you a new quest line, which is actually pretty good. Morrowind, I would definitely recommend if you don't already have it. Murkmire, I don't know if I would recommend it, but remember, if you've been doing your daily rewards, you should already have it, because as part of the daily rewards for the month of November, if you're logging in each day, you have a opportunity to get Murkmire toward the end of the month. which most of you should already have if you've been logging in every day. Orsinium was a pretty good overall storyline. It does have a veteran Maelstrom Arena, which you can get some pretty cool items in it, and it's one of the harder challenges to do on yourself on solo stuff. Shadows of the Hist, Clockwork City, fairly interesting. Thieves Guild, fairly interesting as well. Now, I don't mean to throw shade on some of these other ones here, but the dungeon packs can be a little bit tedious if you're not used to dungeoning. If you want to hold off on doing these because you're not quite up to par with your dungeoning skills, it's fine. You can do so as well. I'd almost recommend getting ESO Plus before I would recommend buying these individually. In addition to that, Thieves Guild I did like, but I don't like them as much as some of the other ones here. Clockwork City I did like as well, and it does give a good segue between Morrowind to Somerset. But a lot of that stuff you should have experienced already. And I would recommend, instead of getting these individual a la carte, go and buy ESO Plus instead. Upgrades. You can get upgrade for your Imperial Edition. So that will give you a Pledge of Mara in the Imperial race. Name changes are off 30%, so if you want to change your name or race at the same time, you can do so as well. Good time for you folks to either min-max or get a name change if you needed it. Experience scrolls are on sale, as well as Pledges of Mara. I'd probably hold off on the experience scrolls, though. You should have been getting a ton of these from your just general daily logins, and it's also pretty cheap to get some Psijic Ambrosia these days. Respecs are also on sale, but again, I'd recommend instead of doing this, pay the gold. You'd be better off. And then finally, a bunch of food mats, poisons, potions, crown repair kits. All of this, instead of getting through this, I'd recommend just get it in game. You have the same stuff you can get already, but a lot cheaper you can get out of merchants. Notable houses, you can see here we got the same ones that are on sale. I also have a sale on Daggerfall Overlook, Ebonheart Chateau, Earth Tier Cavern. Oh, that should actually back up. Pariah's Pinnacle, Lineage Grand Manor, Princely Donley Delight. So if you didn't get the Donley Delight Palace before, this is now back for sale. Serenity Falls Estate, and Elsewhere Sanctuary, which is the Dark Brotherhood one. All these are pretty cool. My top ones, I have to recommend probably Daggerfall Ebon and Serenity Estates here, simply because this can actually give you a title for the Lord of the Lady. Lineage Grand Manor is a pretty cool one to get for Gold Coast in Imperial style. I'd also recommend Pariah's Pinnacle for Orcs. Princess on the Lights is pretty good too. And if you're kind of a dark person, Elsewhere Estate Sanctuary is pretty cool too. I personally have an Earth Tier Cavern. If I knew that Elsewhere erstwhile Sanctuary was coming at some point, I probably wouldn't have gotten the Cavern, but still you can get that now. In addition to that, you can also get Cold Harbor Surreal Estate, but it's probably better to use gold to get that. So a few of these on sale. Remember that the Earth Tier Cavern, Lineage, Pariahs, Princely, and erstwhile, as well as these other ones up here, are only on sale for a limited time, so you definitely want to get these off, or you definitely want to buy these before they go off the market. Furniture specials. You still have the Clockwork Domain, which we took a look at last week. If you're going to be getting that Clockwork City house, definitely would recommend the furniture pack for that. Oh, this one came back up. Hubjud's Final Treasure, which is a very nice one as well. I'm probably actually going to get this myself. But this includes several things here from Thieves Guild area. I hemmed and hawed last time I took a look at this, and I'm kind of disappointed I never got it. And I think one of the biggest things is Target Aegis is like one of the most unique ones I've seen out there. I would definitely recommend getting that. The Malakath Chosen one is a pretty cool one as well. This is much more orc style. It all fits in the style there. So if that I definitely recommend. Tyrants of the Mecha era, which is basically the Dragon Bones one. So it's old Nord style, sort of the old Draugr type thing. It has some really, really, really cool reliefs, as you can see here. Gives you a dragon skeleton, as well as a few skulls as well. And a music box. So, yeah, there's a lot of good furniture stuff on here. And we're kind of sad I never took a look at this. Multicultural bedroom pack. So, that's why we're watching. That's why you watch this, guys. We take a look at what's in here. Sometimes it surprises you. Stuff that's not always on the front page is kind of cool. This is all great stuff to decorate some of your I like to say Redguard or Khajiit houses. It says Redguard, but I could absolutely see Khajiit using some of these styles. Kitchen set, multicultural Craglorn. Hearty loaves of bread. Some of this stuff, though, you can also make yourself. So do be discerning. Make sure that there's enough in there to be useful to you, given the how much you can spend on it. Crafting wise, Grautar is going away pretty soon, so if you don't already have this pack or you haven't done the Vaults of Madness to get the helmet and shoulder motifs, you have a few days left on it, so make sure to get in there and do that. Motif Celestial style is currently on sale. Fanglair is on sale. Halulu style, which is a very hard one to get if you're trying to steal it. So if you wanted to get Halulu Redarin, this is probably the easiest way to do it. Unfortunately, if you don't do this, you're probably going to have to steal a lot or buy it off merchants. Sorry. Sapriarch, I think it's pretty easy to get Sapriarch, but it is on sale if you wanted it. Tesseract style. Actually, this is a pretty cool style itself. Has a very Asian theme to it. Actually, let's take some time here and take a look at some of these right here. So the Fanglair style. Very cultist, but always showing off the belly button. Celestial is pretty easy to get. Just run trials. I don't think you'll have an issue. Sorry for jumping around here, folks. Halulu style. Honestly, the medium in Halulu, this looks just as tanky as heavy. Redarin. Sapriarch. Covenant races, Dominion races, pack races. So this is basically all the blue things here. I would not bother with these. You can find these much cheaper. And you see how it's 350 crowns? You could probably buy it for 350 gold, to be honest. Just ask around. You can probably get all those packs pretty easily. In addition to that, the Primal, Barbaric, Ancient Elf, and Daedric styles. Again, very easy to get those sets. 3,000, way overpriced. Just take a look around. You'll probably find each of them for like 500 or less. Akaveri is not a hard one necessary to get. And it does take a lot of PvP AP to get. If you don't have AP, you can buy these from folks that sell them on vendors for gold. Again, in a kind of another Asian-influenced motif style, I feel. Ancient Elf. Don't think Ancient Elf is too hard to get. Ancient Orc can be a pain. So if you don't want to have to farm it, I understand if you do want to buy it. Assassin's League can be a pain as well. Barbaric is fairly easy to get. Covenant Styles. Fairly easy to get through PvP. And should be on sale if you haven't taken a look already. Daedric. Fairly easy to get. Dominion. Dwemer. Actually, these should be pretty easy to get as well. This has been on the market for a while now, folks. Glass. Glass should be pretty easy because it's been on the market and got flooded when it first came out. Though, admittedly, Glass does not look as good as Boy and Armiger. Imperial. Which can be a hard one to find, but if you buy the Imperial Edition, you can convert everything over to look Imperial anyways. Malakath is hard, so if you do want to get this one, this might be one that you want to buy. But if you don't like the look of the style, or if you're not somebody who's trying to do a completion, skip it. You can do Rothgar's quest to get this one. Mercenary is another easy one to get. I would not recommend buying this. You can do Undaunted quest to get this, or find somebody that's selling it cheap on merchants. Pack style. Do PvP and you can have this. Primal, another easy one to get. Thieves Guild. This can be a little bit difficult, given you have to do certain missions to get this one. But it's not too hard, and I don't think many people collect this one as much. Trinimac can be a little difficult. This is another one we have to get through Rothgar, but I do see people selling it for fairly cheap. So again, another one to pass on. Buy it if you can get it instead. And then Zivkin, another one, easy to get. You can get this inside Imperial City. Pass on it, buy it instead through standard gold methods. There's a few things that are good to get here because it's hard to get some of these motifs. Other ones I would just pass on in general. Wardrobe. Dark Shaman's on sale. Thane and Spymaster. Naru's Morag Tong costume. Ooh, never saw this one. Splatter lenses and Morag Tong costume. Which looks kind of wrong on a Khajiit, but yeah, whatever. Ordinator pack. Brocade robes. Elder Council tunics and sash. Song of the Night ensemble. Keep in mind, most of the stuff that's on sale for 4 days here is probably going away here, so definitely take a look for some of these. Averi's Ashland attire. Aurora Knight. So if you want to look like the Golden Knight from Somerset. Sauron Patreon formal gown. Which I believe is from... I want to say this one is from Gold Coast and from Assassin's Guild. But I might be wrong on that. High collar coin ball gown. This one's from Thieves Guild. Kind of bright, but you can tone down the colors if you dye it. Jarl's Deluxe Moot Regalia. I never seen a Jarl ever dressed like that, really. Kin Lord Alinor's attire. So if you want to look like a Kin Lord while you're obviously not a high elf. Priest of the Grain. Kind of interesting shaman look. Though it does add like pounds. Like how thick is that? Renegade Dragon Priest. Shrike's Nocturnal Frock. From Somerset, and also from Clockwork City. Sorry for the spoilers on that. Tavani Master Wizard. So if you want to look a little bit like your favorite Debathier, you can. Though he's probably not going to like it if you try to imitate him. Tavani Wizard Lord's Robe. Actually a pretty cool robe. Toxin Doctor. This is a pretty old one, actually. I got this a while ago. And I liked it because it had a Plague Doctor look to it. Tree Thane Ceremonial Dress. And most of these other ones here are on sale year-round. But these are the ones that are currently on sale. Polymorphs, you can get the Factotum for 3 more days. It's not on sale, but it's going to go away pretty soon. You can get several dies. Let you guys take a look at those individually. And that's it for the Crown Merchant, guys. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, guys. This is Hero of None. This has been the Mundus Minute. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff on sale for Black Friday. So go ahead and take a look what you want. Make sure to spend wisely, though. Okay? Don't buy a whole bunch of crowns. Just for this stuff here. I'm sure there's going to be other stuff coming along the way that's also going to interest you in the coming months. Anyways, have a good one and see you in Tamriel.